Hi guys, welcome to DNA Hypnotherapy. I'm Cai Davies and welcome to my digital addiction YouTube page and also on other social medias as well. So this article here is quite interesting for parents. It shows screen at a different angle. People are worried more about screen time, but massive new study just confirmed time spent on screen isn't the problem. Okay, whether you're addicted, whether the screen is controlling you, and especially kids and teens. The study followed over 4,000 young people ages between 10 and 14. What they found was simple addiction to screens predicted mental health issues far more than time spent online. Okay, the more addicted the child felt, the more likely they were to experience depression, anxiety, and even suicidal thoughts. Not because they were online too long, but because they couldn't stop. They felt dependent, irritable when they away from the screen. And does this sound familiar to parents out there? And even for yourselves? It's a good question mark there for yourselves as well. So the more addicted the child felt, the more likely they were experiencing the depression, anxiety, and even suicidal thoughts as well. So that's quite a big issue going on here. It's just quite of a norm these days where children, they're just given screens. I'm not giving a flack to many parents, but a lot of parents may doing it to calm them down, to make them less irritable, but then could it even make things a lot worse? That's the issue here. Okay, the more addicted the child felt, the more likely they are to experience these three things, which is anxiety, suicidal, depression as well. The signs that you might be addicted to screen times, according to the experts on this, is you're always thinking about being online. You feel better only when you're scrolling, gaming, or watching. You try to stop, but you can't. You get moody, anxious, or restless when you're disconnected. And it started to affect your sleep, your focus, your mental health. The list is exhaustive. There's a lot more going on to that list. I've always said the great indicators is to have a look how many hours you're at the end of the week you are looking at the screen. You can do this at the end of the day as well, but also you can keep a track of your kids as well. There may be apps out there as well to limit their time as well. You need to have a look at that, but this is just awareness now. You got to remember that this is just a new phenomenon as well. We are not simply used to it. It does gives added layer of stress hormone, which is cortisol in the morning, which is not helpful. And then obviously the dopamine is there, which is lowered down over time. You need that bigger hit, you need more time on the screens. It's going to even be a bigger loop for you and a bigger problem as well. You've got to remember that it's not a discipline issue. This is your kids are not lazy. It is a loop going on, and it needs to be interrupted. The experts say the solution, just limit to screen time, is to exchange the relationship we have on it. So it's more about being in control rather than the screens controlling you from giving you good emotions as well. And it's very important that we talk about it. If it goes under the carpet, being ignored, it just becomes more of a problem. Another thing that you need to be doing is to tap in to why they're doing it, or yourself are doing it as well. So obviously if you're a parent, you need to find out if they're doing it to escape, is something, the emotion they're doing it. And another thing is a dopamine effect, where you're looking for that bigger hit, which is quite sad that seeing such young kids are experiencing at such a young age is heartfelt. And obviously I wouldn't blame it on you guys as well, the parents, on this, because it's the norm and everybody is doing it and it's not being talked about enough. So don't be feeling ashamed or feeling bad that you're being a bad parent when they are having these addictions. So looking at screens could be an easy fix. If they are shouting, they're irritable, they're emotional, it's easy to give something they to watch, to game, to scroll. It's not the best use for them because they are young and they're forming these digital habits such at a young age. So it's best to find a more healthier way. For example, have a look at what they like and what are the hobbies they like, rather than quickly get them to the screens to shut them up, which could make things worse in the longer term. Build a plan around this. You know your kids more than anybody else. You know what they like, what they don't like. Find a better way to find their mind more focused on things. There are support out there, so seek support that either through me, through another hypnotherapist, or CBT, mental health support out there. See if you can tackle it yourself, break the digital loops as well. Life is all about real connections. To escape through your phone, or you're going to get rid of the bad emotions from there, it's a real bad sign. Or if you're looking for that quick dopamine hits for your phone, it's really going down a path where it's not going to be healthy for you in the longer term. And even in the shorter term, you're going to feel bad in the short term right after. It could cause a lot of symptoms and irritability as well. Okay, I would recommend everybody to have a look on my website on dnahypnotherapy.com. It's on my bio here. There are a digital addiction tests there, so you or your kids can have a look at, see if they have that digital addiction going on with them, and then you can act accordingly then to yourself or to your kids as well. And have a look at this article. It's quite interesting article. There's a lot of things in the article which is not so relevant. All in all, it's a good research, and it's a good thing that we are talking about, because we're not talking about this much, and it's been brushed under the carpet. And we're in a time where we're not focusing on the present. We're focusing on the future. We're focusing on our emotions, where we escape them to go on our phones. Even if you go on a train these days, you can see a group of people just hunching back, going down, and even looking like a so-called loser in the olden times, where people are looking down like this, looking on their phones. And that's going to be bad for your posture, for one. We're all looking like a bit like zombies.